Thank you for calling Marshall High School, home of the Owls. Please select from the following options. For attendance and discipline, please dial 1. For a Spanish translator, please dial 7.
Joanna Carranza says when her Spanish-speaking classmates don't have the support they need, their education stalls.
Sometimes they will, not really understand most of the stuff that's going during their classes, so they kind of start just falling back or don't really want to try anymore, and then it just becomes a bigger disaster than it already was.
Marshall is located about halfway between Columbia and Kansas City and has 2 large agricultural plants that have attracted a growing Hispanic population. That means more Spanish-speaking kids in the city schools, and the school district is having trouble keeping up.
With 4 ELL teachers and over 250 ELL students, there's no way that the ELL teachers can be the only ones to teach English to them.
State officials say most Missouri schools are above the recommended student-teacher ratio, but Marshall stands out. It's nearly double the recommended ratio. Denise Adkins says states also have a shortage of professionals who can work with special education ELL students or bilingual counselors. Denise Adkins studies literacy among Hispanics. She says it's a supply and demand problem.
These are the kinds of things that these people are in demand, and if you are given the choice between here's a $20,000 salary to go to Marshall, Missouri, or here's an $80,000 salary to go to New York City, what are you going to do?
How has Marshall coped with not having enough teachers? Using Spanish-speaking students, which has a downside.
How to translate it fast enough to where both of them don't know how, both of the students, the one translating and the Hispanic one that doesn't know English, both have a hard time in that class.
Student Gabriel Reyes is a second-generation immigrant. He had to learn English at school as a child, and his English is mainly academic, while his Spanish is more social.
I only learned math in English, and I never learned it in Spanish, so I don't know how to translate to a student who needs to learn this or learn that. So it's kind of hard to translate.
Technology can sometimes be a substitute in a pinch.
I have a student this year, actually. During math time, she'll go get an iPad when it's time for math homework, and she'll use that iPad and that app where she can take a picture of the screen and it'll translate on the page.
Marshall is looking for more teachers, but even if they get them, district officials are doubtful they could land a certified ELL instructor. With producers Ellie Fitzgerald, Xiaoyang Chen, and Troy D'Souza. Magdalene Duncan, KBIA News, Columbia.